When you think about Star Wars A New Hope, this movie absolutely is an important film that changed everything for Hollywood, and I think overall it holds up well today. Do all the visuals hold up? No, I wouldn't say so. I think that there's definitely problems with these special edition changes, but if you put that aside and just look at the movie itself, I think it does hold up really well. I think the acting overall is good. I know people like to rag on Luke for being quote unquote whiny. I mean, yeah, there's that one famous line where Luke is like, "Oh, I just wanted to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters." People like to jump on that one line and say, well, that right there shows that Luke is whiny. I don't really get that because it makes perfect sense to me. Like, Luke's a farm boy. Clearly, is not happy with his life. He feels obligated to stay with his aunt and uncle to help them out on the farm, but that's clearly not what he really wants. So, of course, he's going to be whiny. And frankly, after his aunt and uncle are killed, Luke's not that whiny for the rest of the film, I would say. And then I think that all the other members of the cast here do a really good job. Think about this: Darth Vader, one of the most iconic villains in pop culture, actually doesn't have that much screen time in this movie. Just stop for a minute and think about how many scenes this movie actually feature Darth Vader. He has a relatively small amount of screen time, yet really stands out. James Earl Jones did a great job. Peter Cushing does a great job as Tarkin. The character isn't really that complex if you think about it. I mean, he's fairly one-dimensional, but Peter Cushing did a great job and really made the characters stand out. The score from John Williams is, of course, iconic and fantastic. The story, I think, is really good here. I like the Death Star assault at the end. I think that the movie manages to overall be lighthearted, but also have some dark moments. Like when you see Owen and Beru's charred corpses, it's like, ooh, wow, that's pretty dark. And then you have the Death Star destroying Alderaan. Because of the way the movie plays out, it's honestly easy to just brush this aside. To be like, oh, okay, yeah, Alderaan was destroyed, that's sad, sure, but okay, let's just move on. If you actually stop and think, though, about what we're seeing on screen, we're talking about over 1 billion people that just died in an instant. It's really dark if you think about it, but and the movie doesn't really ever stop to actually consider the horrifying implications of blowing up an entire planet with a ton of people on it. I think it's fair to say the movie could have been better if it had done a bit more to really cause the audience to think about how horrible it is the planet was blown up. And yeah, Leia doesn't really show a lot of concern or sadness over losing everyone, and then the fact that she's the one comforting Luke does seem weird. And yeah, by modern standards, the lightsaber fight between Vader and Obi-Wan is pretty slow, but when you consider the technical limitations of the time, I think that it's pretty forgivable. Overall, though, I think that this is a great movie.